Hello, welcome to my Sunday live, and I have a special guest here. I thought it would be great to get on today. This is her first Facebook Live, and we went to brunch, and this is my mother-in-law, Barbara. And I thought it would be really fun because she's such an inspiring woman, and she's 80, going to be 81 next month. Mm-hmm. And she's just such a burst and ball of energy that everybody loves. And she loves lime green, if you didn't notice. And so I thought she would be a great inspiration here on my page. So I thought I could get on and I could do a little interview. So I thought my fans would like that. And so let's do it. Also, I am thinking seriously about doing a podcast. And so this is really technically my first interview. And why not have my mother-in-law, who's a good guinea pig for me? So anyways, I'll just give you a little background. Let me give them a little background on how we met.
Okay.
Does that sound good? So we met in 1977 when I started dating her youngest son. We were college sweethearts, and I immediately fell in love with this woman because you were divorced at the time, and we used to sit on the bed and talk, and she's one of those people that when you meet, you just feel like maybe you knew them in another life. And so when her son and I broke up a couple of years later, she was one of the saddest. It was one of the saddest breakups because I not only broke up with him, which I really didn't want to do, but that's a whole nother story. But I in a way broke up with her, because I couldn't stay in touch with somebody. That's kind of weird, old boyfriend keeping in touch. And honestly, since I still really loved him, it would have really been hard to talk to her and then know he's there, and that I would want to know what's going on with him, and I didn't want that. I just had to move on. And so that was December of 1979 is the last time I saw her until November of 2006. 2006.
Was it 6?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
So November of 2006, I started to date her son again, and I remember that first lunch and seeing her, and it was just no time had passed, even though it was 27 years later. And that was one of the most thrilling things, is not only to have him back in my life, but to have her back in my life, because she is, like I said, just an inspiration to everybody. And everybody around town, we live in Charlottesville, Virginia, and everybody around town, if I go to a store, I'm like, oh, you probably know my mother-in-law. She wears lime green. And everybody's like, oh, I know her. She's so nice. And so, but she's just she's single. She, like I said, she's 80, almost 81. She just retired. So for all of you all that are working and working hard, she just stopped working. She did love her job, but it's nice to see that she's enjoying life and doesn't have any really reason to go to work anymore. And she has a very, very busy schedule. If you want to go to lunch with her, you probably need to have 2 week out in advance to get on her social calendar. And she's even started traveling to other towns. Did you fly on a plane for the first time?
No, I had flown years before. It had been a long time.
Yeah.
Well, 2014, I went over to London. Okay. When Joe was over there.
Yes. But just recently, that was the first time you went to Europe, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So I think my first question, because a lot of people who follow me are mothers and now grandmothers.
And great-grandmother.
Yes. And so you have quite a legacy. And just to give you, she has 2 sons, and she had her first son when she was 16.
And a half, yes.
And a half.
Yes.
And her second son when she was 18. So they have a young mom. So that's one advantage, is they have a super young mom. So tell me what the best part of being a mom has been.
Oh, me. I loved being a mom.
Yeah.
Loved it. From the very beginning, when I first held each baby in my arms, it was like, wow, this is the most wonderful experience I could ever have in my whole life. And I loved my children to pieces and still do. To me, they are the best sons in the whole world. And I've laughed and said, if there's such a thing as reincarnation and I come back, I want the same two sons.
Yes,
I
so
love them.
Fortunately, they turned out fairly well.
Yes.
But a lot of that had to do with your parenting, of course.
Oh, I don't
Yes.
know about that, but they did. They're great.
Yes. And so, what was the most difficult part of parenting?
Worrying.
Worrying. She still does that.
Yeah, and disciplining. And I would, back then you spanked children, not anymore. And I would spank them and go in the bedroom and lay across the bed and cry. So that was the most difficult. But I loved every aspect of raising them until they were grown. I loved it.
And I can't imagine you spanked very hard.
I hope not.
Did it work?
Yes, they were good. That both of the boys were wonderful. They really weren't hard to raise at all. Like all children, they're going to get into a little mischief, but they were really good all along. I don't think to me, I never had any trouble with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were just perfect
as
far as I'm concerned.
So I was a product of spanking, the spanking generation too. I think I spanked one child like once, and that didn't work. So I didn't. The older one, it worked.
Yeah.
Not spanking, but just like, don't do that. I'll spank you, and then she'd be good.
Yeah.
But the younger one, go ahead, spank me. So it didn't work.
She didn't care.
The threatening didn't work. The spanking didn't work. So I just stopped. So why do you like lime green so much?
I don't know. The first time I saw lime green, I just fell in love with it. I was in a store that I had been shopping in, and the person who owned the store and the lady who worked with her, they had made a bet that when I came in, the owner said, she's going to love the lime green. And there was a lime green jacket on a circular rack. So I went in and looked, and I headed straight for that lime green jacket. I don't know why, except it just hit me. This is my color. And I've loved it. That was back in 1989.
Oh, wow.
And I have loved it ever since. Every time I see anything lime green, I want it.
Yes.
And even, it's in my house everywhere.
Yes.
My walls.
She has lime green granite countertops. Well, they're not really lime
no,
green.
but they go
green.
with lime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at my my page because I want to see if there's any questions. So feel free to ask her any questions. We have a couple comments. Let's see what we have. So Nikki's on. She said
okay.
You're natural on camera, and she said she got spanked more than once. I think that's a lie. My daughter is commenting. Ignore her. So anyways, and now she knows, because she's a mom of 3, almost 4, and she knows that sometimes you just want to spank.
And children are all different, like you were saying.
Yes.
Some you might need to spank. Others, all you have to do is say, okay, this is what I want you to do, or count to 3. They do exactly what you say. So it depends on the child.
So I think a lot of people my age would be interested in how you stay so energetic and how you stay so young.
I don't know the real answer to that, but I just love my life. I love life. I love people, and of course my family. All of y'all, all of my family is just so important to me, and I love all of them, everybody, and we all get along beautifully. And I just feel like I've just had a wonderful life. And of course, I walk every morning. I work out twice a week. I try to watch
what does that
what
look
I
like,
eat.
working out? When you say
Okay,
work out?
I go to a place where they have all these machines, bikes and workout machines, anything, that helps with all parts of your body. And
Strengthening, kind of?
Strengthening. And I work on my torso with
Your
one of
core.
them, but I work on my other stuff and with my back and legs and all. So I think, that plus feeling happy and good. I just feel real good all the time. Very, very happy. Yeah.
Well, I think the walking and the working out, that helps with endorphins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that gives you a little endorphins. But
Yeah.
you're a very positive person too.
Oh, yeah.
I like to think my husband married me because I'm a lot like his mom, although she's a nicer.
Oh.
It's like I'm a little bit of the meaner version of her.
No.
I like say what I think. She sometimes bites her tongue. Maybe it's the generation. I don't know. So what else? What have you been doing like as a retired woman? What did you most look forward to?
Mainly just doing exactly what I wanted to do. I loved working. I really didn't want to quit, but I figured when I turned to 80, I needed to sort of look at a little different, or some little different things that maybe I needed to do other than just going to work and rushing around. But I stay so busy now. I'm, like you say, I have a big social life,
Yes.
have a lot of friends, and we go
No
to
men,
lunch.
she says. No men.
No.
Never marrying again.
No men. But there are men who are just friends to talk to and everything, but no. Just give me my girlfriends. We go to Richmond. There's one friend that stays in Florida January and February, and I go visit her for about a week. That's when I fly. And we go out of town to different places, and I go with other friends. I'm having a wonderful time. I do try to keep my brain active with reading some things or doing puzzles, anything that's like a brain teaser or something. I try to do that, and I'm trying to read more books than I was reading. But I'm just staying real active with stuff, and I love it. The day just flies by.
She doesn't need help with much. The Christmas tree.
That's about it.
And that's just putting it up.
And they have to take it down too.
Yeah.
But everything else I do myself in my own home.
Yeah.
I vacuum and dust and do all the cleaning and anything I have to do. And of course I take care of everything on the outside. Not in the yard, no. Outside, like shopping and stuff like that. So I'm, would you call me self-sufficient? Yeah.
Yes, very self-sufficient.
Yeah. So I don't need any help.
Yes. So, and she's also fun to be with. So, like, you're fun to shop with too.
Oh, I love shopping.
To go shopping.
Love it.
So, what's your favorite pastime? Like, if you had to pick, like, let's do whatever you want to do tomorrow.
I'd probably go shopping. I might not buy anything, but I would go shopping.
Yeah. And
But-
she's on Facebook.
Yeah.
So you're not afraid of the technology, although you say you're not good at it. But a lot of people say they're not good at it, but you try it.
I do try it, but I'm not real
You
good
keep
at
up,
it.
like you
Not
all
good.
see stuff I post.
Yeah, I usually see
I be
things.
careful about, like, if I post if I'm sick or something, because then she calls and was like, "Are you okay?"
Are you all right? Yeah. But the most wonderful part, though, I love all the stuff I do, but I always look forward to being with Joey and Mike and Laurie and Lisa. They're who I love being
Her
with.
sons and daughters-in-law.
Daughters-in-law.
So you never
on
had,
Sunday.
there's a lot of, like, on Facebook, a lot of times people will do, like, hashtag boy mama because they don't have girls. And so, and you seem like you would have loved having a daughter because, you're girly. But you had two sons. And so, are you excited now to have two daughters because you kind of inherited two daughters? You don't get to pick who you get.
But
I guess this is kind of digging, like, are you glad I'm here?
Yes, I am. I am. I'm very blessed to have you and Lisa. Yeah, both. But I love being with all of y'all because that's more important to me than anything else is being with my children and my y'all are my children. I call y'all my daughters. But I was so happy to have two sons. If I had ever had another child, I would have liked a little girl. But no, I wanted both of them to be boys.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did. I wanted both of them to be boys. I was very happy.
I think we're so lucky that we like our children. I love my children too. too, that the time spent with them is like our favorite.
It is.
Times.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And that would be my choice. I would never give up any time with you all to do something else. Y'all come first.
Right. So one thing that I think you do well is, and I think it's hard for a lot of parents, is that you don't really pry or push or get into lives like some parents do. They kind of like want to help, they overhelp, thinking it's good, but yet it's not really.
No.
And so how was that? How did you just feel like there's boundaries and I don't want to cross these? And did you because you seem like the type that would like want to be super involved.
Well, maybe in a way, but then what I really know for sure and understand perfectly, when my children married, then they have a life with their wives. And even though I know they love me and want to be with me some, they don't need me around all the time. They need to be with their wives, children, whatever. And that never bothered me then. I feel very thankful that I have that feeling that I don't want to be involved and interfere only when they want me to. That's all.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to be. I don't want to be selfish. I
Right.
never have wanted to be selfish.
Yeah, and I think it makes you want to be wanted more.
Really? Yeah, I hadn't thought of it in that way. But
Yeah.
I always love it because I have loved at Christmas when I come over here with y'all and spend Christmas Eve and get up the next morning, and then we go over to Joey and Lisa's where the grandchildren are and spend the day over there and have dinner, and we're all together.
Yeah.
But it means a lot to me that y'all invite me to come over on Christmas Eve and stay here.
Right. And you waited a long time for this daughter-in-law because her son didn't get married until he was 52.
Right.
And there are a lot of potential daughter-in-laws that you got to meet. They cycled through, and then and Lisa is your second daughter-in-law from him because he's divorced. So it's kind of like in the last 10 years, kind of a new group of daughter-in-laws.
Right, it is.
But it's been great.
It has. I love it. I'm so happy for Joey and Mike.
Yeah.
But before that, though, there were several years in there that Joey and Mike and it was the three of us. We would get together and visit. We'd get together and go eat. We'd get together for different things. And then when you and Lisa came along, then that was fine, though. I was so happy for them. And of course, I just fell in love with, I already had with you. It didn't change at all. Like you said a while ago, when we got back together, it was like nothing had ever happened. Not a day had gone by because I had always loved you. But then Lisa, the same thing. She's a lovely woman. And so I am very happy with both of my daughters-in-law, and I love both of you very much.
And I don't want to make this run too long, but we should do another session where we talk about how you manifested me into Mike's life, I think, or a combination of him. She had a premonition that I was coming back, and this is like really the weirdest thing because there was no clue in the moon that I was like ever going to come back. And as far as she knew, I was married, had 2 kids, lived in another city, and
that was it.
So that was crazy. So, but we'll tell that. We'll schedule another time.
Okay, we'll go through that.
She's such a trooper. I was like, we're at brunch, and I said, "Would you like to do a little interview? Because I think that would be fun." And she's like, "Okay, whatever." I say, "Could you just go like walk in front of that truck?" I would have never say that. Could you go do whatever? And you'd be like, "Sure, I'll do it for you. I'll do anything for you." That's so great. I love that about you.
Thank you.
And so she's busy. She's you've got your 2 sons, and you've got how many? You got 2 grandchildren. Well, you inherited mine. So
I've got
like 4.
4.
And then you've got lots of great grandchildren.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Let's see, 5. I'll soon have 10.
Yeah.
In May.
Yeah.
I'll have 10 great grandchildren.
Yeah. Yeah, they just keep coming.
They just keep on coming.
So do you have any goals? Like do you plan? I want to live to over 100. That's my goal, at least. Do you have goals like that? Like,
Well, I hadn't thought about age as much as I would love to, and see, I'm probably asking too much. I'd love to live long enough and be in good shape. I don't want to have dementia or something like that and live so long and not even know what's going on around me. But I'd love to live to be at least 90. I would. And be in good health. I would love that.
Yeah. 90? I could see you living way longer.
Well, if that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
As long as I'm healthy.
That's only 10 years.
Well, 9 pretty soon. Yeah, because I'll soon be 81.
Yeah, I see you living past 100.
Oh.
That's what I see.
And being
We'll start replacing
like
parts
this,
soon.
being like this,
Yeah.
I won't
Keep
be
doing your brain teasers and keep walking.
right and
Okay,
going
so
out
let's
to
see.
lunch and.
All right, so we have a couple. Any questions for my mother-in-law before we close? It's been really fun chatting with you.
Thank you. Same here.
Yes. She got we tried to sit on a couch, but the lighting didn't work. So she's got my chair. That's my Go Live chair. And so I just pulled up a little spot next to her. But yeah, so hi Diane. Hi Cindy. I see you guys. And I guess we'll close.
Okay.
All right. Until next time.
All right.
Say goodbye for now.
Bye for now. Thank y'all so much.
All right. Bye. You gotta hang